Behind me is the Granite Falls Popcorn Stand. It's currently owned by the Granite Falls Kiwanis organization. The popcorn stand has been and we're real proud of this fact, has been in continuous operation since 1922. And now we have recently learned back in June by one of the family members of the founders of the popcorn stand that it actually started August of 1919. So we're just on the heels of our 100th anniversary, which we're going to have a big celebration here for in that year. The founders of the popcorn stand were Julius and Fred Ernston. They were two brothers, and Fred and Julius actually started the popcorn stand as a result of a city celebration at the time. They wanted to take part in the celebration, so they decided to start popping popcorn and serving it at the celebration. There's a lot of history that goes behind this popcorn stand, and we're real proud of the fact, the Granite Falls Kiwanis organization, is real proud of the fact that it's been in continuous operation. In 2002, the popcorn stand was donated to the Granite Falls Kiwanis organization, and it's been a very good service to the community and many communities in the area. We have people from all over the place that come here to visit the popcorn stand every summer, and it's always enjoyable when you're volunteering down here at the popcorn stand and people come back to town for class reunions, family reunions. They'll find excuses to come to Granite Falls just to go here. We have people that go from South Dakota that have lake homes in northern Minnesota, and they make a special trip and swing through Granite Falls to just buy popcorn on their way back to Sioux Falls or whatever, and it's so fun to hear those stories. Granite Falls Popcorn Stand is 36 square feet in size. It's 6 by 6. We're limited on what we can serve, but on the other hand, it kind of preserves the tradition of what's been served over the years. So in the popcorn stand, we serve popcorn. We have two sizes, small and large. Then the other big thing we sell is 1919 root beer. 1919 root beer has a real tie to Granite Falls. Andrew Volstead, Andrew Volstead Museum is just a couple blocks down the street here. Andrew is the one who authored the legislation that started Prohibition in the year 1919. We also have another individual that grew up in Granite Falls by the name of Al Arneson. Al developed the recipe for 1919 root beer, and I believe that was maybe back in the 1960s as well. The tradition of the popcorn stand is so important to the community, and it's so important to people that have grown up in Granite Falls or the surrounding area and just love to come back. So for that reason, we find it very important to keep the popcorn stand going and operating. You get a lot of personal satisfaction out of working here at the popcorn stand, volunteering of your time, serving the community, visiting with folks, and hearing the stories that get shared with us.
Visit pioneer.org/postcards to catch up on missed episodes and to find out more about your favorite segments. This program on Pioneer Public Television is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008. Additional support provided by Mark and Margaret Yakel-Julien in honor of Shalom Hill Farm, a nonprofit rural education retreat center in a beautiful prairie setting near Windham in southwestern Minnesota. ShalomHillFarm.org. The Arrowwood Resort and Conference Center, your ideal choice for Minnesota resorts, offering luxury townhomes, 18 holes of golf, Darling Reflections Spa, Big Splash Water Park, and much more. Alexandria, Minnesota. Explore hundreds of lakes, trails, and attractions for a great vacation or a place to hold an event. ExploreAlex.com. Tri-State Brain and Spine Institute. with locations in Alexandria, Edina, Crookston, and Maple Grove. Doctors dedicated to evaluating and treating all types of brain and spine problems, no matter how complex.